Edson Álvarez completes his deal to go to Ajax after he's been linked with so many clubs throughout the whole summer. He's been linked with Wolves. He's been linked with Ajax. He's been linked with I don't know. I think even in France or England, other clubs in England. And just my thoughts on the move. I think it's great. I think it's great for both parties. He's a young, promising prospect. He's 21 years old. He comes off from being champions with America. Well, not this past tournament, but they were in the semifinals. They were up there, and just the tournament before in 2018, he was one of the main players. He scored 2 goals, and I feel like it's a good signing for me. He's got a lot of potential. The ceiling is really high with this player. And the move, I feel like for a Mexican player going to Amsterdam to going to Ajax is one of the best because of what they have to offer, their identity, their style of play. It's more offensive, it's more attacking. They believe in building up the youth, I guess, building up the academy, investing in young prospects as well, and just totally giving them all the confidence they need to prosper, in the game. And they believe in that. And that song comes off winning the Gold Cup with Mexico, beating USA 1-0 by Giovanni Dos Santos goal. And Edson Álvarez basically played that whole tournament with Mexico, ultimately getting the victory over the United States and being crowned CONCACAF champions, basically, where they're the best in the region. And Edson was very clinical. He was at that midfield, that defensive mid that broke up the play of the opposition as well. It's really started the offense for the Mexican team. I'm not gonna say he wasn't really good, but he has really shown and grown, in my opinion. I don't know. I feel like his link-up play is really good. I see that even if defensive players move up along the field, he goes in and gets in a defensive position as well to try to get the passes to come out through the back and involve the rest of the midfielders. I feel like he's very involved as well. And like I said, the ceiling's high. He's played his first, was it international? Not international, but World Cup when he was like 19 years old in the Mexican national team. And basically, all those games, he was a starter for Mexico. He didn't have a shining game against Sweden, but all the other ones, I feel like he was a standout player. He really was really good for the Mexican national team. And just the problems he faced in that Sweden game, I mean, I think they can be looked over. A lot of them were just the magnitude of the game and just the moment that he was living, being at such a young age. But I feel like he handled it really maturely, and he conducts himself way better. You see that the man that he's becoming, or the player that he's becoming, is starting to show. He's way more eased on the ball, and just that 2018, I think, Clausura season where he scored those 2 goals against Cruz Azul. I mean, it just showed how much he's matured as a player and how much he's grown as well, because he's becoming pretty versatile. If he can play right back, I think even center back and center defensive mid. I mean, there's so much potential to be given with him. And then also some of his attributes, he's really tall as well. I'm not too sure what his height is, but that's just another thing. He has long strides, long. I guess he runs faster because of it, but he's been a champion. He has that champion mentality, and I know that people have been saying that he kind of said some bad comments where he said that he's going to be using Ajax as a stepping stone to go to higher clubs. I feel like he's level-headed. He's got his head in the right place. And the comments that he said, they weren't in a mean or bad way. They were just said in a way that it just shows that he's ambitious. He has a drive. He says that he can see himself in Italy, in England, or whatever. But I know that he's now signed with Ajax since Friday, and he was presented today on Monday. But he also said in that statement that he's fully focused on Ajax, and he signs a 5-year deal for 14 million pounds, and I feel like it's kind of a bit expensive for Edson. I'm not saying that he's not worth it, but it is kind of pricey. But I guess since the market is going up, so I guess some players are worth more than what they were before. But I feel like it's a both move by both parties, and I wish him the best. I hope the Mexican national team gets better as well, and we'll see what happens with this move. And this is basically all I got to say. I hope you subscribe to the channel. I hope you like the video as well, and peace out.